Me and Joe are going to look at our first venue today for the wedding. So, wish us luck. Well, actually, we're going to 2 today. Both of them are in the city. We're gonna start, like, I think maybe at least every weekend we might go see a venue until we get to narrowing things down. But we are almost at the first one, and it's probably gonna be too expensive, but we're gonna look anyway because it's our venue. Okay, so I'm back home now. We went to 2 venues. I'm not sure, like, if I want to kind of give details on things because, like, I'm probably gonna explain why I didn't pick certain places, and I don't really want to, like, you know, shit on anybody. But basically, what our number 1 choice was is no longer our number 1 choice. We ended up not liking it. It was a lot smaller than it seems in the pictures. There were, like, pillars in the way. It has a great view, but just not for us. Price did not match the quality. So we found the second place we really liked. It's a bit pricey, but you get a lot for what you're paying. So that became a top contender, which was surprising because I thought that it wasn't going to be, because, well, I wanted it to be originally, but I thought we kind of, like, switched over to a different kind of idea as to what we wanted. So now I'm gonna take a nap, and yep, gotta take off some of this makeup because I am exhausted, which you could probably tell. I mean, I feel like, look at this, like, I get more tired, and it's just like this stuff happens. Like, my entire face just sags once I get tired. Ugh. Okay, so it is day 2 of looking at venues. I mean, I feel like maybe I did this wrong. I really loved the second place we saw on day 1. And now when I see the other places, I don't like them as much. The first one, like, they're both nice and they have nice views, and the second one definitely has a lot that they're willing to, like, basically do a lot of it for you. Like, you just kind of have to do, like, you meet with people a little bit, but, like, you have somebody kind of coordinating everything, which is definitely one of the big pluses I had with the second place. But I don't know, I don't know. I feel like I'm not in love with either of them. We definitely are putting one of them on the top contender list. I don't know, maybe I just can't see it. Because I'm, like, noticing little things, like, that, like, I'm, like, picking at, like, in my head. Like, I'm like, I'm not sure how much I love that, but I don't know. We'll see as I, like, go through and start to make decisions how I feel. I think maybe I need to, like, see all of these venues and then sit down and really think about it, whether or not, like, a skyline view is what I want, or I want something like the second place that we saw. I'm gonna go through, I think I'll go through kind of, like, all the places that we saw, but I don't want to, like, talk specifically because, you know, I don't, like, they're all nice places for the most part. The first one, amazing views, just the room itself was just oof. But they're all decent places for the most part. At least the last 3 have been really nice. It's just, I don't want to name any places just because I don't want anybody to watch and be like, she said that this place sucked, and, you know. Maybe I'll go into more details, like, at the end of this video once I've seen them all and kind of not say which ones I saw which days, but kind of give like a gist onto how I feel about them or what I thought about them once I've seen everything. So yeah, but I'm exhausted seeing all these wedding venues and making all these appointments. We have, I think, I'm not sure if we have 2 or 3 next week. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And no, not next week, sorry, the following week. Next week maybe we'll have 1. I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. But I'm exhausted from all this planning. And we haven't even really scratched the surface yet, so we gotta do some stuff after this. So this is it. This is my discussion for day 2. And yeah, that's it. I'm going home. We lost our date, so we basically have decided that we want to go ahead and book the second place that we saw. So if you remember that clip from earlier, I was talking about all of the places that we've seen. Yeah, we kind of just fell in love with that first place and every place we've seen since. Like, we saw the Botanical Gardens and we really, really liked it, but it's gonna be so cold, and I mean, a lot of things are gonna be dead, and it's just not gonna be quite as pretty as we want. I don't know, I think we're kind of going with this second place. Not sure if I'm gonna go into a lot of details about where we're having it, because I don't know. It's kind of weird to be like, I'm gonna be here at this time on this date on the internet. Anyone want to find me? No, that's weird. So I don't know if I'm gonna get into the specifics right away. Definitely not giving anybody our date, I guess, but the date that's on our website right now is incorrect because we lost it. So we're working on that right now with the people from the venue, trying to find a new date. But we need to go to the church that we want to get married at and see if it's an option for us, because the date we are picking could be a problem. And yeah, so we really want to do, I feel like I have to probably find it. I don't know. Well, we really want to do a very fancy church that is probably going to be difficult to do no matter what, and I'm just a little bit worried about the date that we're kind of looking at right now. But there's a chance that either which way, I keep umming, there's a chance that either which way we're not going to be able to get that church because they have some rules and restrictions. So I'm trying to get Joe to come with me next week or something, because we can't call the church and ask them. You have to go in and talk to the priest, like, I guess in person, just to find out if we can even do it. So we are going to do that. Yeah, and once we talk to them, then I guess gotta talk to the venue about putting down a down payment. Yeah, and then we are going for it. It's happening. It's real. Just a little update on the wedding things. I have been emailing with the venue today, and it looks like we are finally going to nail that down either this week or the beginning of next week. My dad is giving us a bit of the money for that, so he just gave me a check for the down payment. So we just have to deposit the check and do contracts, and everything will be like done. And then, so I didn't really touch on this at all so far. We've been having church issues. Now, I don't know if I talked about this. I don't think I did. I think I kind of said I wanted to do this big fancy church, but I didn't specify what big fancy church. The big fancy church I wanted to do was St. Patrick's. I think I might do a short little walk, like talk through if anybody wants to do St. Patrick's in another video. It's probably gonna be like 5 minutes long. It won't be a big thing. So we have changed the church. We're between two right now. We definitely have a favorite. But I have a appointment with that church in 2 weeks. Not this Sunday, the following Sunday. And we will sit down and figure out if it's gonna be what works for us. And I'm creating like a traffic jam, waiting for my friends to come downstairs. I'm sure these people are loving me. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go. Quick little venue update. It looks like we're not gonna be able to go with the venue. Basically, one thing that kind of, I don't know if I'm like, okay, I guess not. Okay, thing that I didn't really think that much about, and I don't know if everybody else thinks about this stuff, but the tax. I guess because like usually, okay, yes, there's tax on things, but it's not a ridiculous amount of tax. So you're kind of like, it just didn't, I didn't really focus that much on it. But also when I did, I kind of did the math in my head, and I'm not good at math. I'm actually pretty poor at math, and I miscalculated by quite a bit. And when I finally got, like, I had the contracts, we were ready to sign them, and I was like, I'm a little confused about what the overall cost is, because you have a cost, and then like in all these other places it's like, well, but there's a charge over here and there's a charge over there, and I'm like, but what's the actual total? So they sent me a breakdown, and it was about $15,000 over the cost that we thought it was, and this was already at the very top of our budget. So we just can't afford it. So now I'm like back to looking at the other venues that we were looking at before. I don't know what to do. Like, we were so set. It kind of sucks, because it's like I was so close to having like almost my dream wedding, and now I have to change it. Like, I feel like I haven't cried about it. I've been upset, but for the most part I kind of just feel like I feel sick. I feel like physically sick, because it's just so much money, and there's just no way. And I guess we're starting over. I'm gonna contact a few of the venues, the two, like we had two that were like second choices for very different reasons. One more so because of location, and the other one was just very pretty, and it was easy because of its location. And then the other one we wanted it because it was in the city. So we're gonna, I guess, go back and see if they have the dates available, and I don't know. Anyways, just that update. Yeah. Good news. So the venue that we originally wanted, that we had planned everything for, that I was super excited about, they came down to our budget. So, I mean, there were probably some cuts made in terms of like, they made some cuts to the food costs. So I'm not really sure exactly what that means in terms of like what exactly that means. Because it still seems like we're getting all the same stuff. It's probably like menu stuff when it comes down to actually like making it, but that's okay because I'm very picky. So like, I don't typically like super fancy food. So I still get my menu. Bam! Okay, so yeah, just that's it. See you guys later. We booked our venue. I'm so excited. So excited. So we're in the car. We're gonna go look at a church. Look at Joe. I'm gonna go look at a church to see if we want to go with that church. So we're gonna do that now. And yeah, we booked the venue. We signed the contract. We made the first payment. It is booked. We still got a couple $1,000s to spend, but you know. I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna have such a good wedding. Like, you people wanna like subscribe so you can see our wedding. Like, it's gonna be that good. I'm just saying.